Well, hello, everybody. Long time no see, most of you. You are over from Tina's. We had a great time on Tina's section of 24-hour sprints. We are now here for the fifth part of the 24-hour sprints. So I'm going to keep you company and get you through the sunrise or take you into the wee hours of the evening and morning. So basically, I'm going to be your host for the next 4 hours. Neva's just ducked off to do some stuff in the background. She's going to go grab herself a cuppa and whatnot, and possibly even catch a nap. So I'm going to host for a little while by myself, and we can chit chat about all the things that we've been talking about, and hopefully we can get some stuff read too. I am currently reading A Wheel of Time. This is the prequel. So we've gone back, and it's quite weird because I've been reading these books for the last 12 or almost 12 months now, and I'm up to book 10 and we're about to start book 11. And for those that don't know, Coda and I have been buddy reading this, and we've been using my sprints every Monday and Friday for it. So it's been great. We've been getting through it. It's keeping us motivated and all that sort of stuff. We originally started reading them with Storytime with Sid, and basically we both Coda and I put the books down at the same time and picked it back up at the same time. And we were only about 4 chapters away from each other. So we started buddy reading it and using my sprints to do that, to keep the motivation. But then we're reading them in publication order. So the prequel came out just after book 10, and it's taken us back. So one of the characters, I'm not going to say who it is because that'll spoil it for people that haven't read it, has not been in the books for, I think about 4 or 5 books now. And so we're learning more about them before all of the stuff started happening in the books. So it's really weird that I've gone back, but I'm enjoying it. I'm actually having a fun time learning more about some of the characters that are in the main books, and what they meant to each other and all that sort of stuff. I'm only very much in the early stages of this book. I think I'm up to chapter 3 right now, about halfway through. So, I'm looking forward to finishing this off. And I should finish it tomorrow, ready to start book 11. When I walked past my bookshelf the other day, I nearly died. Like, it's so chunky. We should have Brooklyn possibly joining us soon. I just put the link and everything into the host chat, so she will be possibly popping in to join us shortly. I'm not 100% sure on that because there was some talk about it, but nothing's been confirmed at this stage. So, I'm basically going to keep you company, whether it be in the evening for the Southern Hemisphere or the wee hours of the morning in the Northern Hemisphere. Hopefully you'll get some stuff done and all that sort of stuff. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you're reading, because I didn't catch any of that because I was late to Tina's stream, and so I didn't catch what everybody was reading, and I know a few of you have come over. Also, we also have one other part after mine that's starting in 4 hours, and that's on Margaret's channel. That has been pinned to the top of the comments if you're looking for that, or alternatively, if you've got the playlist open, is on Neva's channel, that will automatically take you to Margaret's, and then you can hang out with everybody there. I don't know how long I'll stick around. I'll probably go on to Margaret's for a little while and probably stick around till midnight my time, because I've got a live stream again tomorrow for my Patreons, and I have to be on my game because I'm doing a macrame tree of life. And I need to be on my game and remember how to do the knots and all the rest of it. So, but I actually have started that at 9:30, so I'll get a decent amount of sleep before we start that. All right, let's have a look and see who is joining us in the comments right now. Hello, Ro. Thanks for joining. See, I remembered your name. And switched 1 a.m. Saturday here, but napped and had coffee, crocheting on my blanket and listening to a sweet romance book on audio. Awesome. Nice smiles, laying in bed, relaxing the sore muscles. Yes, you haven't had a good run this week, Raleigh. Hopefully you'll get some good sleep. And hopefully we'll keep you company for a little while, and you'll go off into the land of Nod and have a decent sleep and wake up feeling much refreshed. I hope you can, I agree. Hopefully you can get some good sleep. I think I've just got to dodge all the stuff that I put into the chat. Hello, Chrissy. It's 8 p.m. we'll pop in and out until bedtime. No worries, hun. I know you've got the little kidlets there, so that's, a little bit of peak hour there at bedtime, trying to get them all settled for the day and all the rest of it. But thank you very much for joining. I really do appreciate you being here. It's more health stuff. I am rested. Smiles and thank you. No worries. And very sweet. And there is Margaret's link. As I said, it is up the top, so you can just click on that when it's finished and it'll take you there. Hello, Chris. Thank you for joining. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Lily. Thank you for joining. Tina is also here. I have the playlist back on here, but going to sleep. No worries, hun. It is late for a lot of people, and I totally understand that. But I do appreciate all those that are sticking around and hanging out with us. As I said, Neva's just sorting some stuff out, grabbing herself a cuppa, and she'll be with us, maybe taking a nap too, because it is the wee hours of the morning, and I'm happy to hold down the fort for her while she's doing that. Hello, everyone. I read cozy mysteries, sweet romance, and women's fiction, and I crochet. Awesome. Well, hanging out here, we do a lot of crafty talk on Dusty Book Sniffers, and on Fridays we have an 8-hour live stream, and Neva joins us then, and we talk all things diamond painting and other crafty things as well. I have a newer YouTube channel if anybody is into those genres. I will have to go and check you out, because I don't think I've actually seen your name pop up before. So yeah, and I agree. Sleep well, Tina. Get lots of shut eye. I think I might be able to guess the room you're all in from Neva's book. Okay, but shh, if you can guess it, shh, don't say anything. Just leave it as it is, and you'll probably know. I think all the rooms or the prompts are getting released at the end, but don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong. Hey Sash, how you going? Reading Book Eaters for the dining room. Awesome. Reading Night Circus, about 25% into it. What are you thinking of Night Circus? It wasn't I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite book. It wasn't me. I don't know why. It just wasn't me. So I'm reading Second Chance on the Corner of Main Street by Meg Easton. It's an audiobook, and Christmas Cow Bells, a cozy mystery on ebook. Excellent. Hey, Ulysses, how are you going? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. I don't normally do them late at night. So yeah, I'm normally the morning, like really early in the morning. I usually, the last couple of sprints I've done with Neva, I've actually followed on from, so it's 6 a.m. my time or 7 a.m. my time when I normally do it. So it's the complete opposite this time. So yeah, I hang out with the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord crew. Okay, cool. I sub to your channel and try to make more of your live shows. I tune in quietly normally. Awesome. Well, that's good that you've subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. And I definitely will go over and check out yours during the next sprint. And and I'll check out what all your, because I read all those genres as well. I'm quite an eclectic reader. So I read everything from Victorian literature right through to modern day books and whatnot. So yeah, I am a little bit lacking in the sci-fi, excuse me, in the sci-fi genre. But that's just because I don't really read a lot. I don't like that, and I think my husband's tainted my views on that, because they all sound the same, the books that he listens to, and they're all sci-fi, and they all just sound the same to me. But I have been watching a few people that read sci-fi, and there have been a few different ones that have tweaked my interest. One of them was by Leandra the TBR0. It's called Hunt the Stars, and I will be reading that in the next couple of days. So hopefully I can get to that tomorrow, because I'll get this one possibly finished. It's only like at the speed that I'm listening to, it's only going to take me 6 hours, and I've already listened to an hour and a half. So it'll go pretty quickly. Everybody's saying hello. Not a problem. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I'm more than happy to come over and subscribe to yours, because we all help each other grow, don't we, really? Hello, Brittany. How are you this morning? Did you sleep well? I hope you slept well. Yeah, so we are at the end of the comments. That never happens on this channel. Just saying. Okay, just saying. And I did it in 10 minutes, which is absolutely fabulous. All right, so we are going to go to a sprint, and we'll be back in 45 minutes. So if you aren't reading and you're going to toddle off to sleep, I'll say good night now in case you don't make it back, especially if you're laying down and resting. You might nod off and all the rest of it. So yeah, so I'll say good night now, and I'll probably catch you later on during Margaret's sprints and whatnot. But if you're sticking around, we're going to do a 45-minute sprint. We'll come back, do a little bit of chit chat. I know Alyssa's right. It's comical. We've actually made it to the end, and it's the only time that it happens on 24-hour sprints. I don't know why. It just happens that way. So anyway, we're going to go to a 45-minute sprint. Just let me bring up the timer, and hopefully I would probably have to share it first. That would probably make sense. See, this is why I don't do the PM ones, because I'm already tired and have put in a full day. And of course, my neighbours did wake me up this morning at the lovely hour of 4 a.m., which was just absolutely fabulous. So yeah, that was fun. All right, so we'll see you in 45 minutes. Happy reading, everybody. Hello, everybody. How did we all go during that sprint? We had Brooklyn join us during the sprint, and Neva is still napping, as far as I know. So, yeah. Hey, how you going, hon?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Sorry,
Welcome.
I just heard the cat. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize what the time was.
It's all good.
Like,
It's all
no,
good. It's
big deal.
late.
It is.
It's all
How's it
good.
been?
Yeah, good. How has your day been?
Good. We went
Yep.
down to Bowral actually to look at a wedding place. So just been
Mm-hmm.
driving all day. So it's nice to be home and just chill, read a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where are you from, Barrel?
No, no. We just
Okay.
really liked it. We went there for like a little getaway earlier this year and we really liked it down there.
Yeah.
So we found this nice place to have it. So we just went
Okay.
and double looked at it again.
Yep.
And it looks really
It's
nice.
not a bad place to visit. It's a nice
Yeah,
place. I went
it
to
is.
Barrel High, like I lived in the Southern Highlands for quite
Oh,
a number of
that's right.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I
Because
went to that
I'm a New
bookshop
South
again.
Welshman living in Queensland.
That's right. I remember now. I remember we had that conversation because I went to that smutty bookshop
That's
there
right. Yeah.
last time. Yeah, yeah. I went there again today. They've like got a bigger shop, so there's like
Oh, are
so
they?
much more stuff. Yeah, but I
Cool.
controlled myself and I didn't buy anything. It was really, really good today.
Oh, see, now that's another reason that you're going to have to go back to Barrel just to go and
Exactly.
save up your money and go and get some smutty books from
Exactly.
the smutty bookshop.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll tell you that if I had said that sentence back in the 80s, they would think that I was going to an adult bookstore.
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go down and visit my friend. I think because she
Yeah.
lives a couple of suburbs away from Barrel. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, she's lived
Nice.
there for like we both were born in Sydney.
Mhm.
She grew up in Chatswood. I grew up in Eastwood, and then
Yeah.
we ended up in um, down in Wollongong, and I lived all over
Yeah.
New South Wales and whatnot. And then yeah, and now she lives up at Tamil.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is about three. I think it's about three suburbs away because it's Barrel, Mittagong, Yarrambil, Bargo, Tamil, or something like that, and then Picton, and
Yeah.
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 So yeah. Uh, so what are you reading today? I can't. Oh, Magnolia
Um,
Parks. It's
yeah,
very
still on
tiny.
Magnolia. It is very tiny. Yeah, I'm still on that. I read like a little bit more last night.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, nothing's really happening yet. It's kind of like I'm in the dark about everything, so I'm excited to see like what he's done. He's done something, but I don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
So, are you listening or are you reading?
I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, how
Are you
far in are you?
I'm only like 50 pages.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
So,
back on the wheel of time?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm about halfway through chapter 5 of
Nice.
the smallest book in the series
You get a break.
until I pick up book 11. I'll show you book 11 next sprint. Like
Oh,
I walked past my shelf the other day and I'm like, holy crap, that is huge. I
oh,
nearly
dude.
died when I looked at it because I can't look at the numbers. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think I got to book 6 or 7, and I don't know what possessed me to open up the book and look how many pages there were, and I'm like, I don't want to read it.
Yeah. It's
Read
so
it.
overwhelming.
So now I just look at them. I don't open and find the page number. But this one's the prequel, but we're
Okay.
reading it in publication order, and it's really good because
Yeah,
like
that's good.
we're at book 10, so we know who all these characters are,
Yeah.
and we're getting a backstory of some of the main players as well.
Yeah.
So like some of the some of the Aes Sedai, and which are a group of women that
Hmm.
have magical powers,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so we're getting the backstory of a couple of them that the main players in the series, and yeah, so it's really good. Like that's what sort of where I'm at the moment. Where else it's going to go, and
Yeah.
the Dragon Reborn hasn't been born yet, or has just been born. So the main character in the series, so it's way back.
Okay,
Um,
nice.
he's only about 20, I think,
Mhm.
in the series, and so it's gone back 20 years, so we're learning all about it. Because when you start in the series, you learn about one of the Aes Sedai, and her name always escapes me. I even read about it, like, just listened to it 5 minutes ago. But yeah, she has been on the hunt for 20 years
Yeah.
for the Dragon Reborn, and she thinks that she's finally found him, and that's where we are in book 1. So this is pre that, so we're learning about her when she was a novice Aes Sedai and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's where I'm at in the book. Where else it's going to go, I don't know. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm going backwards,
Yeah.
but interesting at the same time. So yeah.
That's good that you've got like the context of the characters and everything. I always like to do it like that too, because I know people say with Throne of Glass, there's one book that was published like in the middle of all of them, but it is
Yeah.
the prequel, and it just makes so much sense to me to read it after you know who everyone is. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything to you.
Yeah. Like I wasn't too sure about reading it in publication order.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I'd already started the series anyway, so I sort of just went with
You
it,
had to.
and it would have, yeah, like I just sort of went with it in the end. But I'm glad that I did it this way because it is giving me a better appreciation of some of the characters.
Yeah.
That because like I'm like, well, why are we following them? Like really, like
Yeah.
and considering that one of the people are no longer in the series.
Oh, okay.
That as well. So I won't tell you who it is, but yeah, and it's basically it's quite interesting to be reading about that particular person again.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's like, oh, they're back. So yeah, I'm quite coffee again.
That's okay. That's all right.
So yeah, I actually feel wheezy. Like I don't know what the hell that is, but anyway. Where we're at. It's where we're at today.
Yeah.
Let me just see where we're up to. Raleigh was saying that when we started, that Margaret said it was 3 hours. So, and then I explained what that was because as soon as it clicks over, it'll say 3 hours because it doesn't like do the 0.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. ML is now at the airport and writing on the cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. Where are you off to?
Yeah.
Read 30 pages of my ebook. Went over and subscribed to your channel as well. Brittany is editing a video for today. I'm a bit behind. Not surprising, really. I haven't even put one up this month. Like, all I've done is sprints. That's all I've done. I haven't put up it. Well, then I got sick at the beginning. Like, I went away at the beginning of the month, and then I got sick for the rest of the time. And then
that's fair enough, then.
I've got a pile of books that I've got to talk about, and I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a repeat of the Amazing Readathon for the Get a Clue Readathon. So get a deck chair, get some popcorn, an alcoholic beverage because you're going to be there for a while. So yeah, I think it was like just under 2 hours was the for the Amazing Readathon.
It makes up for like not having multiple during the month, so it's like having that all throughout is just compact into one.
Yeah, it was just one big video. I'm just prattling away because I read 29 books during that readathon with the 12 small ones.
Yeah,
and I'm like just prattling away, and then I looked at the camera and went, "Holy shit!" It was way over 2 hours, and I edited a whole leap out. I was brutal.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I got it down under to and I think I even sped it up a little bit, so I was talking a little bit faster. Yeah, I put it up to 1.15. I think I put it up to.
Yeah.
So it was just a little bit faster to bring it down under the 2 hours because that you can do. If you're talking slow, you just speed it up. So yeah, I'm like, I'll just do that. Everybody will just think I'm talking fast. Wait, another Aussie? So cool. Yeah, we hang out all the time. We have been, this month we've been around a bit. Deb just started reading The Ex Hex. I heard that is a pretty good book to read. A few people have said they'd like that. And thank you all who have channels here in the comments so I can sub. There is a whole list of people underneath this video that co-host the 24-hour sprints. And on any of the other sprints that I've had on the channel this month, there is a bunch of Get a Clue hosts there as well. So I have to add to this one, I've got to add you, Brooklyn, and I think I have to add Brittany, all the guests.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, wait, what? I forgot to add all these people. Oh, my goodness. I'll have to go back. Yeah, so just at the end of the video, there'll be, in the next sprint, I'll add everybody that I can remember because I forgot to add all the guest appearances and whatnot as well. So wrap-up vlogs can get huge. Yeah. So I'm at the point now, do I do a midpoint one or do I just wait to the end and just go the epic one? And I think I'm just going to wait to the epic one because, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll have time at the end of the month. Probably not, but anyway. Because I also have to film Advent as well.
Oh, yeah.
In December. So... And I've got also I have to, for the craft channel, I've got to film some shorts because we do a movie advent in the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice. And so I got this card game last year that had all the Christmas movies in it, and Die Hard was in there because that is a Christmas movie.
Yes, I agree. I'm on that same with you.
And that was the first thing I did. I opened it up, went through. If it wasn't in there, it was trash. Because that's my favorite movie. And so basically, I went through that, found that it was in there, so that it could stay. So that was fine. And we did that. I did the short, so I just picked a card. This year, I've got everybody out of the Facebook group. I've got all their suggestions of their favorite movies and people to heart their favorite movies if it's already commented. Okay. And so I'm going to compile the list from that. So hopefully that'll be open for another couple of days, and hopefully I'll get 24. And then each day I do a short, and and basically that's the movie we watch. And then everybody sits down, takes a picture of the screen, and their snack that they're having while watching the movie, or they'll take a family pic or something like that, and they share it in the Facebook group. So it's just a way to bring people together, and we throw a couple of kids' movies in there as well, so the kids can participate and all that sort of stuff. Mia last year, my granddaughter was here when we were doing it. She was not a willing participant. She did not like the choices of the Christmas movies. But funny enough, the one that she was right into was Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Really? Wow. I always was scared of that one as a child. Yeah.
I started reading the book to her, and I think we got up to like chapter 3 or 4. And she was really happy for me to read it to her, and she was helping me, like she was reading along as well. And then when I played the movie, you could see the connection. I didn't tell her that it was the same as the book, and she's like, "This is it," and she made the connection, and so she really enjoyed that one. Yeah. Whereas everybody else, every other one, she's like, "I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this." I'm like, "Well, fine, go to bed. I'm watching it." And then she'd sit there and watch it begrudgingly. Torture her. I got tortured with Christmas movies. I'm passing it on.
Yeah, you have to. Keep the tradition
best way to go. Yeah, that's it. Brittany loves reading. I did. Did you? I think it was about 3. Okay, there must be a conversation happening I'm not a part of. I have to do weekly reads or I forget too much. Yeah, when I shut a book, I tend to just push it out of my mind. But as soon as I pick the book up again, I might not remember the names, but I get the general, I get the same feeling that I had while I was reading it. I'm not an in-depth reviewer, but I can give you the general vibe and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
it's, I don't know how good my reviews are. I mean, people watch them, you know.
It's really hard. Like some people are so good at like, I don't know, doing like synopses and all of that stuff. I'm so bad at that. I can't for the life of me sum up what a book is about, especially if I haven't read it yet. Like if I'm going, I want to read this, I'm like, I have no idea what this is about. Like like 90% of the time. I have no idea, and I just wish that that was like a
Well,
skill
see,
I
I don't read synopsis.
Yeah.
Synopsis. What is the
Yeah, I
correct?
don't know. I think it's like I said synopses. I don't know.
Yeah,
Synopsis.
I'll go with that one because that sounds better. Synopsis sounds stupid.
Yeah. I don't know your way.
But yeah, I'm the same. Like because I don't read them, I
Mm.
generally go by vibe and all the rest of it. And I know this sounds really weird, but when I go into a bookshop, I get a vibe from a book if I'm going to like it or
Yeah.
not.
Hmm.
Like a feeling, like a gut feeling, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a look at the cover. If the cover's pretty, I'm all over it. If it's got anything to do with witches, I'm all over it. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, so I don't tend to really think about it or try to talk about it because I just get
Yeah.
tongue tied and have no idea.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. It's
And
better
yeah,
to
and
go.
I'm just so not articulate when it comes to I think I've even said in some of my videos, I'm like, I swear I speak English. I promise you I can speak the English language. But just
Does
today
get a bit.
words. It's hard. And then like wrap ups are the same. I get tongue tied and all the
Yeah.
rest of it. I haven't. I'm 50% in, but going to finish it today. Just power through it. I really like Kirk Russell Christmas movies. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Goodreads is good for keeping track of books I read. I'm going to try and stick with Storygraph next year. I've been doing Storygraph this year, and I'm really liking it because I can put the tags.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And so I put like this month I've put November TBR, and then I've added it for Get a Clue, and then also if it's a non-fiction one because
Oh,
I'm doing
okay. Yeah.
non-fiction November,
Yeah.
and if it's off the audio shelf, if it's off my Kindle shelf or it's a physical shelf, so
Yeah.
that keeps track for me. So at the end of the year, I'll know what I've taken off
Yeah. It
each shelf.
separates it a bit better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I forgot to
I've
do
done,
it. I didn't remember.
I think I did it for August or September. I did the stats. I can't remember now, but
Yeah.
it was really good because I just went down to those tags and I knew exactly what I'd read and all
Yeah.
that. Great.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I'm the same as you. Like I sometimes forget to do it.
Yeah.
So
Automatically like, go to Goodreads. Like it's just a habit. Just can't.
yeah,
I need to go to both.
yeah. So I basically go to Goodreads first and then do that there, and then I duck over because I'm really curious to know like how many pages I've read and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
on that.
find out as well. Yeah.
My wrap up sucked because I'm pretty sure I spoil the book accidentally. Don't worry, I think we've all done it.
Yeah.
I was on Brittany's sprints once, and I was talking about in my dreams I hold a knife,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to say something about the cover, and luckily, because it was early in the morning for me, luckily Brittany was on the ball, and I'm like, oh, okay, and just thought it was like, oops, nearly done it.
Once you've read it, it's like hard to remember what's a spoiler and what isn't a spoiler. So it's easy to do.
Yeah, it's so easy to do, very much so. I love going into a book blind and read the synopsis after. Yeah, especially with thrillers. Like,
yeah, that's true.
And that was the reason I stopped reading them because I just found that thriller books were being given away. But like, why do that? Like, it's a thriller book. Why do that?
Yeah, it's like movie trailers recently, like that, like the comedy ones especially. They just do all the funny bits in the one thing, and then you go watch the movie, and it's like, I literally just watched that in the trailer. There was no point to seeing this.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
I try not to watch movie trailers as well, and TV show trailers and all that sort of stuff because I just feel like it just wrecks it then, and you just sit there twiddling your thumbs. So, and we already know that I have a strained relationship with my TV. I sat down today to watch NCIS because I've never watched the whole lot, and then I looked up the top and I'm like, holy crapola, there's 20 seasons. I don't think I can commit to this. I'm having like issues here. I'm
Yeah.
really, I can't commit to 20. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to get up and go and do something because I need to come to terms with this. I definitely spoiled What Lies in the Woods on sprints. I was 17 pages in. I was like, this reminds me of true crime,
Oh,
and I
no.
didn't realize it was going to spoil the twist. Oh no! I think I remember that because you were talking about it a couple of sprints later. Yeah. That's amazing how you figured it out at 17 pages. But if like I remember the conversation about this, that it was quite like you knew that that was a big case of some sort, and like I probably don't know, but if I read the book, I probably would. Who knows? But if you
Yeah.
follow true crime, of course you're going to come across that.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
and I think Brittany was saying that it was pretty much just the same thing
That's
as
annoying. Yeah.
like it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
All right. We have got to, speaking about wrap ups and all the rest of it, but we've got to the end of the comments again. And we
Yay.
only went a little bit over on the timer. So we're going to go to a 45-minute sprint because we're going to try and squeeze as many as we can in, and before we head over to Margaret. So, yeah, let me just start this timer and we'll see you all in 45 minutes. Happy reading, everybody.
Bye.
hello.
Hello.
How did you go?
Good. I read about 20 pages and then my friend FaceTimed me, so I was cut off, but that's okay. How about you?
Yeah, I got 2 chapters read, so I've only got about 3.5 hours to go, I think it
Okay.
is, of the book. So, and I got my stuff ready for tomorrow's live stream. So I've got 4 hours left.
Nice.
So yeah, tomorrow's live stream, I'm teaching a class on how to make this.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
So it's the Tree of Life, and it's
Yeah.
done with all the knots and stuff. So yeah, we're about halfway through.
Cool.
So that's how far we are at the moment. It just looks like a hot mess right now. But yeah. Except this one I'm making a little bit bigger than this one. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got all that ready because that starts at 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
just had to think then, and then I've got a cross stitch along happening for an Australian flag that they're done in a Quaker. It's a style of cross stitch.
Yeah.
And I found some little needle minders, so I was just talking to the lady that's organising it. So I made 10 of those as well in that sprint. So it was very productive.
Very productive.
And my daughter's trying to get me a cheeseburger because I feel like a cheeseburger. Nice. So yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. Where were we up to? I think we were here.
Yeah.
Yes, we were. We were talking about, yeah. It was similar to the real life case. That's right. 17 pages into a book. And Chrissy's like, it's so weird seeing you on sprints at night, Nicole. I'm listening to House of Hollow by Crystal Sullivan, recommended by Ren on the Aussie Readathon. Awesome. Is it good? Excuse me. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, and it is very weird for me to be on at night. I'm normally, stitching away in bed and curled up like an old lady going to bed. I don't most nights I go to sleep until 11 o'clock or midnight because I generally stitch some and listen to an audiobook, and then I sort of try to finish my day off with holding a book.
Yeah.
If I have an audiobook and I lay down, I'm out for the count.
Yeah, it's hard to stay.
And then I have to go back and listen. I'm like, I don't know where I was at. It's okay with a short book. You don't have to go back too far. But when it's a novel or Wheel of Time, it's like chapters. And
yeah, it's hard to find where you were at.
Yeah, not good at all. And like, I'm not smart enough to set the timer or bookmark it where I started, just in case. I just don't do it. It's just easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
Sash got 30 pages read. That is awesome. And they were saying that House of Hollow is good. Chrissy's saying it is also good. And yeah, I get rest almost. The neighbours woke me up at 4 o'clock this morning. Those ones that were beeping their horn the other day actually woke Neroli up.
Oh, she's like, oh no.
After I finished, she comes in. She goes, who the hell was beeping on their horn? I'm like, oh, the heathens across the road. She's like, they woke me up. And she was very feisty this morning when she left for work because the neighbours next door woke her up with their doof doof music. No. Terrible bowls club music.
Yeah.
It didn't improve. I was pretty tired last night when I went to sleep. I didn't go to sleep until midnight. And then I zonked out and I didn't really hear them. Like, I knew that they were going, but I couldn't really hear them. They were a lot quieter than what they normally are. And then at sunrise this morning, because here in Queensland, without daylight saving, the sun comes up between 4:30, 4:45. Yeah, it was like the Kingaroy pub had come to visit next door. They were yahooing and like, woo, and dancing. And I'm like, who has this much energy at 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah. Holy moly.
But yeah, I thought I was going to be on the 6 o'clock news because of my daughter. 5 quite feral when she come out. I was just like, oh my God, are you okay, sweetie? I'm like, okay, bye, have a good day. So glad she's working. I'm thinking to myself, I don't have to deal with it. She came home in a better mood, but yeah, she wasn't too happy when she left. I feel sorry because where they party, her window's right near it.
Oh, so she gets the.
So if
the
someone's
background.
smoking on the back veranda or they're talking, you can hear the conversation. Like the neighbours that we used to have didn't like the fact that my husband drove a tow truck and used to park it on our front lawn, and you'd hear them out on their back veranda bitching about it.
You're just hearing every word.
Every word, like every single word. And I'm like, yeah, they're bitching about you again. And I'd say it loud enough so they'd hear.
That's so funny.
Because the houses are like, we've got big blocks of land here and the houses are quite apart. But where their veranda is, it sort of comes very close to the fence.
Yeah.
So, and which makes it closer to our house. And it's just like, yeah. And of course, that neighbour that was bitching about the truck, they illegally built that veranda. And so they were complaining about all sorts of stuff. And I mean, because like really our backyard, you would swear that crackheads live here because my husband's got all these junk cars in the back. So it looks shitty as. And I'm like, and these neighbours were like, thinking they were living on the Gold Coast, not in Kingaroy. And anyway, they were bitching to the council about the cars that we had in the backyard. There was nothing they could do because we weren't working on the cars. They're just being stored here. They're not a hazard or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, they built this veranda and then we were in the backyard and the old guy was just a perv. Like he used to always perv over the fence at the girls, at me in the gym, stuff like that. So Brendan rang the police and told him that he was perving at me. And they didn't turn up straight away. They turned up at 9 o'clock at night, and I was out here and could hear, like they belted on the door. They must have scared the bejesus out of him. 2 days later, a big screen went up on the veranda, so he couldn't I'm like, Brendan, you can't do that. He goes, he was looking over the fence while you were in the backyard. I'm not having that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So there's this dirty big screen on there, and they've got like they built the house, and the back of it has got like floor to ceiling big, like sliding doors.
Yeah.
So you can look out onto their backyard, but it also looks out over our backyard.
Yeah.
So didn't have a great view because it's only on the side. It just sort of goes around, so they can still see their yard. They just can't see our yard now.
Yeah.
God, it's going to be the war of the neighbours. But they moved out. But they were that crazy that they rang the council and told them that they were if they didn't get the price they were asking for their house, they were going to sue the council. The council guy rang, and they were going to sue us. And the council guy, this is all just because Brendan's got classic cars stored in the backyard, right?
Yeah.
And the council, because by this stage we had a really good rapport with the council because they'd come here, check there was nothing wrong and all the complaints and stuff like that. And the council rang Brendan while he was at work and they had a good old chuckle about it because, okay. Crazy people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But they left. And then we got a new lot and then they've left and now we've got the their immigrant workers. They come in on the immigrant visa to work at the abattoir we've got here and they're just fun. Not. I need to sleep since my brother and I have plans later today. Thanks for the sprints. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of Year 12 graduated this week. It might be why all the celebrations. No, they've got nothing to do with Year 12. No, they're immigrant workers. They're from the Pacific Islands. I'm not sure which Pacific Islands they're from, and they come in on like we get a lot of people from Papua New Guinea here. We get Torres Strait Islanders come in as well because we've got one of the largest pig abattoirs here.
Yeah,
it's actually the biggest one in the Southern Hemisphere.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty big, and it employs a lot of people. It's either that one or the one at Ipswich. That's the biggest one in the Southern Hemisphere. And so they can't get a lot of workers because there's only so many
Yeah.
people that want to work in an abattoir. So they bring in, I don't know what visa they call it. It's not a work visa they're here for, but
Yeah.
yeah, this lot's pretty rowdy, to say the least. So yeah, but they've been quiet tonight. They're at a dull roar right now, so they're just they're winding down. They're starting to
Yeah.
wind down, and the police haven't had to come, which is good. So yeah. But that I just keep smiling. Just
Yeah.
it's
Keeps it
all good.
interesting.
Yeah, that's it. Like, what else am I going to do? Craft and be
Yeah,
bored? At least this way, I've got a little bit of gossip for everybody.
that's true. Yes.
You all got to hear the heathens across the road
Yeah,
yesterday tooting away.
exactly. They
So,
could be doing worse things.
yeah, well, that's it.
My
Like,
Owen's family live where they live like diagonal to this Russian family,
yep.
and they're all like, not to be saying that Russians are all angry, but they are like classic what you would think Russians are like, and they're just like
Your
yelling
language
all
sounds
the time.
angry.
Yeah, just like normal conversation is anger. But like,
It's
because
like they're about
when
to
they
rip each other's throats out.
literally, yeah, but like they all like they've got, I think, three daughters, and the parents, they all just like all at each other. It sounds like domestic violence 24/7, but they're all giving it to each other, and it's like fine. But if anyone else like lives around there, there's like an Airbnb next to their house, so the people there must think that they're crazy because it's just yelling 24/7.
But that's like, I know with my family, when they all used to get together, they speak Italian, and that can be sound quite angry at times, especially when there's a
Yeah,
lot and they're all trying to talk over the top of each other. And that's
yeah,
why I talk so loud, because I grew up in that environment. So to be
yeah,
heard, you had to be loud. And
yeah,
it's just like, they're just big anger, and Yugoslavians as well. Like,
hmm,
oh my God, they sound angry when they're just talking normal. Like, are they going to kill each other? Like,
yeah,
when I moved to Port Kembla, I had never experienced their culture before,
yeah.
and I'd be walking down the street and they just hear them talking, and you'd be like, oh my God, are they going to kill? But a friend of mine, she was Australian, but she spoke Croatian, and she goes, oh no,
Yeah,
no, that's just normal. They're not angry. It just sounds angry. I'm
normal.
like, okay, no worries. I just want to go on holiday. I don't want to live here anymore. But yeah, and Russians are very, very heated and passionate
Yes,
when they talk.
passionate, yeah.
Yeah.
And they walk around naked a lot as well. I don't know if that's a Russian thing, but there has been many a times where we've seen the mum naked on their balcony. I don't know why. Don't know why. Because they're like, their house is so much, it's like on a hill, but it's like four houses, and then they're diagonal, but they're like over the top of everyone else. So their balcony is over the top of everyone else. So she knows everyone can see her. Just
You've got it, flaunt it, I
yeah.
guess. Maybe that's her philosophy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If you're just like walking through the neighborhood like this, just don't look up.
Literally, yeah. And she used to work at my high school as well. That's where I recognized her. I was like, when I first met Owen and went to his house, I was like, is that the office lady naked on your balcony? Like, yes, it is.
Never be able to make eye contact with her again.
No. Pretty funny.
You gotta love your neighbours. Like, they're good value. As Chrissy says, I love Nicole's neighbours' shenanigans. Like, it's just full on. Well, the other day, luckily, I wasn't on. I had just finished doing a live stream over on my craft channel, and it was probably about 15, 20 minutes later. These aren't neighbours. These were just people that were in the street. I don't even know where these people came from. I hear this almighty screech out the front. I'm like, oh, crap. Someone must, because our road's quite narrow, so sometimes people have to lock up to stop because another car's coming. They don't realise they can't pass.
Yeah.
And then I hear all this screaming, and then the car sped off. And I'm like, what the flipping hell is going on out there? I walked out. There's this woman and her friend picking up their clothes from off the ground out of a box. There was a box and everything was all over the road, and she had a suitcase, and she was screaming at her friend about being kicked out. I couldn't quite understand what she was saying because she was crying at the time.
Yeah.
But her boyfriend is obviously literally thrown her out of the car
Oh my gosh.
and all her belongings and kicked her out. I'm like, why is it outside my house? Our street is a huge street in Kangaroo. No, let's go up to number 96 and do it there.
That's so funny. Just, yeah, a random, very random situation just to happen outside your house.
Yeah. And the other night, Nera Lee come home and she goes, oh, apparently we live at Bell Street now. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, we live at Bell Street. She goes, come outside. I walk outside. Bell Street's like 4 streets away. Someone has taken the street sign from 4 streets away, dug it out of the ground, and placed it right out the front at our place where there's a tree. She goes, I've been on the phone to the council and told them that Bell Street sign is up at number 96 Alfred Street. I'm like, oh my God. Someone must have been half cut, have dug it out in the middle of the night. And I just had this image of someone, walking up the street with the Bell sign, because they're not light either.
No, they would be heavy.
It's insane. It's insane. All the crazy people live here. It's just insane. My mum's family is Russian, and if any of us showed a little bit of skin growing up, we got ready for a flogging.
Maybe that's why they moved here. So, like, they moved away from their family so they could be naked on their
maybe,
balcony.
Yeah. That's insane. I wouldn't never be able to look at her.
No.
Even if she said hello, hi.
Yeah.
No eye contact. See you, bye.
See you
Gotta go. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you today? Nice and early for Vanessa. Yeah, sounds like a riot. Yeah, it's not great. It used to be very quiet and tranquil here, but all the crazies have moved here. So, I don't know why. Alrighty, we have got to the end of the comments. We might do another sprint. What's that going to take us to? 45 minutes. That'll take us, that'll give us a short one towards the end, and then we'll be moving over to Margaret's channel. So let me just reset that. And we'll do a 45 minutes. That's good for everybody. All right. So I will see you all in 45 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Neva. How are we?
I slept for a while, so
That's good.
I'm feeling a little better.
That's good. Good. Now you just need to pump yourself full of caffeine and you'll be good to go. I got up to chapter 12, made myself some potato gems with parmesan cheese and drizzled with mayo, and had a cheeseburger because that was my dinner at the ridiculous time of 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, so the night of heartburn, here we come. But it was worth it because it was delicious. Right now, at the strange hour of 10 o'clock, I am talking with a friend about a cross-stitch sale that we're doing, which were for these. And so we just picked the fabric for the project bags that we're going to G up with it. And now I've got to find some American-inspired fabric as well. So, yeah. So that's what I did. We got that all sorted out. We've got the hashtag for the Instagram, and I've got to do graphics up tomorrow and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and that's starting in January. So yeah,
Exciting.
How'd you go?
I didn't read. I realized that I was editing a video earlier and I forgot about it. So I finished that.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I actually finished something. So that's good.
You're doing better than me. Because at this point in time, my channel is just a sprint channel.
That's okay.
Honestly, same.
So true. So yeah. And when's that going up?
I don't know. I can't remember if I've done a thumbnail. I've been doing things like in weird orders lately, so I really am out of it. I don't know why. Sometimes I will do the thumbnail in between editing to give myself a break and then forget I've done that and then go back and forth. So now I don't remember, so I have to go check. So who knows when it's coming up? Really, I don't know.
I just I give up on thumbnails. I'm not good at them, so I just do whatever. I've got a heap of stock photos with stupid faces and pointing and all that sort of stuff, and I just use those.
I keep forgetting to take them when I do the video, and it's really annoying me. So I think I need to do that where I've just like sit down and take heaps of photos that I can use forever because I'm sick of forgetting to take them.
I do it with my because with the craft channel, I've got to sort of, especially if it's a tutorial, I actually have to take a video, and I'll pack everything up. Like my camera's there, all I've got to do is swing it up and have it there and take the photo. No, I'll pack everything up, take the phone off, and I'm like, oh crap. And then like I'll be starting to do stuff, and then I'll go, you need the photo. So set the camera back up, take the photo. Like it only takes 2 seconds because I'm set up permanently for filming and stuff. So like right here, I've got a studio light, another light that you can see there that there's a light there, and then I've got my tripod that just moves around that holds my phone.
Oh, so it's good.
So it just does different shapes. Like you can get it higher and all that sort of stuff, and it's adjustable. So I just move it either from the cutting table, which is just over here, or to here to do diamond painting, or to the bench just there when I move the light a little bit further, and then I can do my cross stitching and stuff like that. Because prior to having the benches all the way around, it was a nightmare. Like having to bring out tables and weights and all that sort of stuff. It was just, thank you. I don't want to do that ever again. And like I look at my old videos and you can see that I'm on my work table and I've put something on. It's just like, it's a tiny little room. Let's make a big field in this space here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot better now, but still not enough space. I've run out of space. So what are you reading anyway, Neva?
Oh, I'm supposed to be reading Death by Dumpling.
Oh, okay.
Have I made it very far? No. I've made it like 10% into this book in 24 hours. Not because it's boring, but just like I feel burnt out from the chaos sprint, the chaos days. And so now I'm like, could read.
Open this. It doesn't go round, see? It goes first. You have to
Oh,
open
give
it
it to me.
this. That little thing. Yeah. Just like that. Thanks.
Good morning, Ari.
What's up? Because I'm all out.
Okay, Nicole said good morning.
Good morning, Nicole. I just
How are you today?
and by the way, I just woke up.
Oh, Brooklyn said good morning too.
Good morning to people like
How do you feel like that? Oh wow! All right, go find a water bottle. Go watch Bluey or something.
She's a morning person, isn't she?
Unfortunately, I don't know where the hell she gets that from. I have not heard it.
I used to say to my kids when they were that little and they were cheery, like Nerily was the cheeriest, and the youngest one, she was the cheeriest, and I'd just look at her and go, "I love you. I have to remember that I love you." Just
My face like, good morning, Bob. I'm like, yeah.
Morning, really. And Savannah and I are very much the same. In the morning, we just wake up, and her room's opposite mine. We'd walk out at the same time. We'd just look at each other and wouldn't say a word. Narrowly come out, good morning, it's morning time. In comparison to me and Savannah, both of us would just look at her and go, no.
Absolutely not.
How do you? You are just too cheerful. Where were we up to? So we've had a lot of conversations about my crazy neighbours and, the things that happen in Kingaroy and all that sort of stuff, and it's been fun. Interesting. And we've learned about Brooklyn's naked Russian neighbour.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. They're not my neighbours, thankfully. They are my partner's family neighbours, so we only get to see them like on special occasions.
That's a special occasion. They just walk around in the nude or what?
Yeah, like outside their house as well, like on the balcony. And they also have like a hot tub, like that's right on the fence of their one, and they're always naked in it. I don't know why.
That is some big Ed energy, bro. I can't. You put some clothes on, bro. I don't care if you walk around naked in your own house, but like, why are you walking around naked outside?
I don't know.
It gets better. It was the office lady at your school.
Yeah. Yes.
What?
Yes. And I found this out like the first time I went to his house as like a 15-year-old girl, and then I had to go face her at school the next day. Like, hi. Absolutely. Can I have a late note, please?
Absolutely
I saw
not.
your boobs yesterday, but give me a late note.
I don't think I would be able to hold it in. I would be like, I just need you to know that I have unfortunately seen you naked.
I'm just glad she doesn't know who I am. I hope she doesn't.
That's just it's wild. See, this is the conversation you missed out on. It took a turn. And it wasn't me that took the turn. Brooklyn. Oh, that's so funny. Vanessa says it's 6:25 a.m. here, waiting till 7 a.m. for the grocery store to open, and I can walk over and get donuts. Fair enough. Reading This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, currently at 52%. Awesome. Dash got 34 pages read that time. That is good progress. Excellent. Do you know if you can organise playlists on YouTube? Not the videos in the playlist, but the playlists themselves. Yeah, you can. If you go into, it won't be in the playlist tab. It'll be on your homepage. So if you go into the customize tab, so when you go to your home page in the corner, there's a customize tab. If you click on that and then go into that screen, it'll have a featured video. So like for me on my craft channel, I've got a featured video, which is welcoming people to my channel. So glad that you've made your way here. This is what I'm about. This is what my channel's about. So I have that as a featured video. And then if you go down, you'll see add playlist, I think it says, and you want to add a single playlist. So if you've got I think it's 6 playlists, you can rank them in order of priority. So when you go to my homepage, you can see that I've got, so on my BookTube one, I have up and coming. YouTube has just added another one where it says for you. So your most popular videos will be up on that. Like you don't get to add them. YouTube adds them to there. So right now I have the newbie tag from when I started my BookTube, and then a couple of live streams that have been very popular are up on that for you. And then I've got upcoming live streams. So that's where I put all my live streams that I've scheduled for the month. And then I've got I think I've got the Women's Prize for Fiction, or maybe weekly wrap-ups and so forth and so on. So that is the only way I know that you can organise your playlist, and that's all on your homepage. As for on the playlist tab, I don't know whether you can organise it there, because I haven't looked at that, because I want people to sort of hang out on my homepage and I can drive them to the videos that I want. And that's all done through the Customise tab. If that makes any sense at all, Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 15% left of the book. Awesome. Well, if you're hanging around for sprints until the wee hours of the morning, you'll get that finished for sure, because we're going to Margaret's channel soon. The video is scheduled, but it still doesn't have a thumbnail, so I need to get it done. Yes, thumbnails are a pain in the butt. Why is editing so tedious? This is the $1 million question. If anybody knows how to speed this up, I basically listen to my videos at 2 times speed. Like I go through first and take out all the dead space.
This is also what I do.
Yeah, and then I listen to them at 2 times speed, and then butcher it from there.
I just wish I could talk properly. Like, why do I have to say and R and ugh? Just like
I just basically go try to take all of them out, because I say a lot. And it's because I get nervous. It's a nervous thing with me. As soon as I'm nervous, because I'm not good at public speaking, and as soon as I get nervous, I will start saying and I can do live streams and not, maybe throw in over an 8-hour period, but put me in front of a camera and it's like every second word. That, or basically, now you're all going to notice that in my videos.
No, I feel if I have to do like a sit down video, I would notice this, especially my whipping chats. If I don't know what to talk about, I'll be like, bum bum bum. Like I'll do that. Like I'll make some random ass noise. Like no one cares to listen to me do that. And I can't ever cut them out because they happen, and then I just immediately like think of something to talk about, so I just immediately start talking. So I'll be like, do 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 or something, and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I listen to myself back, and I'm like, how do you have almost 600 subscribers? Like, how do people know?
That's the worst, when you like make a mistake and then you go immediately into the next sentence, so it's so hard to cut it out.
Cut it out.
That's really bad.
Yeah, just cut the word off.
Yeah,
No, for the
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, no. I mean, let's face it. We're not actors. We're just out here talking about books. It doesn't I think we need to just give ourselves a break a bit. Like I was when I first started with the craft channel, I was so obsessed with trying to make it good and all that sort of stuff. And like I quickly learned that, you know what? It is what it is, and I'm not going to bust my ass to try and make it. I don't have, all the multi-cameras and, the switchboard and all that sort of stuff. And, it's going to be what it is. And, yeah, this is my studio.
People will watch on that, I guess.
Well, I did the live stream this morning, and I had I literally no idea what the hell I was going to do until 6 o'clock this morning. And I'm like, I'll just do a whip and chat, slow stitching Saturday, done. Because that's a segment that I have on my channel. And so that's just embroidery and anything that's done by hand, and it's a slow stitch. And so I did that, and then I ended up, like, I was talking about things that were coming up and what I was going to be doing, and then all of a sudden we were talking about my garden. Like, random, just a quick change. And like, I was on for an hour and a half just waffling on that. And then I'm like, okay, I've waffled enough. Bye. I went. I didn't have to edit it, which was great. I got up and left. I didn't have to, because normally I film it and then I've got to edit it and then I've got to listen to that conversation, on repeat a couple of times. So this way, it is what it is. I didn't swear, so that's all that matters.
That's good.
And I had shit time with cameras and stuff. It was just a schmozzle, and that's what you get for doing. I love how we all are like this. My video goes up less than 2 hours, and I just did it. Yeah. I have been known to wake up in the morning, do a video, edit it, get it up within an hour and a half. Is the editing up to stuff? No. There's nothing. It's just bad. But yeah. One day when I have hair and makeup done, Brooklyn, I'll take a bunch of when you've got your hair done and you've got your makeup on and all the rest of it, take a bunch of selfies and stop.
For the yeah. I was like, what are we talking about? But now I understand, for the thumbnails.
I would love to have a permanent setup, Nicole. I love that tripod. I will send you the link if you want it. It's great. It's my friend. It travels everywhere with me. I think I even recommended it to Neva, didn't I? Oh, she's talking. So yeah, I'll send you the link. I got it from Amazon. It's not cheap. It was the only investment that I made in my channel when I started out, because I didn't have a budget. And it came from the States. It's where is it? It's Archon is the brand. So ARKON is the brand, and it's an adjustable tripod that it goes, like, you can get it up high. So if you do like planning and stuff like that, you can have it overhead, but you can also, and I use this all the time, you can also move it and get it to go up like that as well. And you've got these all move as well, but I'm not going to undo them because they're set up for my filming. So this is the only one I move mostly. So you can stand there and take a heap of selfies with it, because you can basically just set it to take a heap, and you can just like set your phone to take a heap, and then you can keep the ones that you want, and ones that you don't, you just get rid of.
That's good.
But I think I paid $180 for it delivered.
It's like good though, because it's like a small one and like a medium to large one as well, so it's like all in one. That's
cool. And like I can get it to go really, like these ones here, like these adjust as well, and it's just all like ball joints.
Okay.
So you can get it to, you can twist it, and you can get it to go around to have different angles and stuff like that as well. And sometimes I'll do vlogging and I'll have that. I won't be holding the camera. I'll just have that, and then I just move, like just take it along with me and plonk it down about a book, and away I go. And it's got a really solid base. Like, it's quite a heavy base. I've got a pretty big phone and it's heavy, but I just sit a book or something like that just to counterbalance on the back. And it works pretty good. So yeah.
Nice.
Think Media is one that is a channel that I watch, and I'm pretty sure that's where I seen it, because they done like when you start up your channel, what you should get and whatnot. So yeah. My 5-year-old's like me, where we are not morning people, but my 3-year-old is up at 5 and every day, and it kills me. My granddaughter was like that. I went from not having little kids to her coming here at 7 months when my youngest was 7. So we were not used to the midnight waking up And, you know, you've normally got 9 months to prepare for that before a baby comes into your house. No. Overnight is not recommended. Oh, my God. It was just like I was a walking zombie for about 3 months. And I was not a nice person. Don't even talk to me. Not without sleep. My 1 year will hopefully take after me when he grows up. That's awesome. I've been here all morning. How did I miss the naked neighbours?
You must have just missed it.
The Russian neighbours.
Yeah.
That sound like they're trying to kill each other, but they're just talking calmly to each other. Yeah.
It's funny because like I go over there and I'm like, oh, what's that? Like I could just hear something and everyone just immediately says all together, oh, it's the Russians. And I'm just like, oh, okay. It's just like a usual thing. Like, oh,
yeah, it's no
what's
big
that
deal.
sound?
That's all
The Russians. Yeah.
right. Is that Jan merch that you're wearing?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, it is.
Good morning. Keep calm with books and coffee. That's a bit of a contradiction.
We love Julie.
Coffee doesn't normally keep you calm. Just joined at a very interesting moment. Which interesting moment was that? The naked Russians?
Oh, the crazy. I think also the people getting thrown out of the car with all their belongings is quite funny as well.
What?
Yes, that was interesting. Yeah. Oh, you missed that one too, Neva. The other day. The other day, after I finished my craft live stream, I heard a car come up the street, and then there was screaming, and then screech off, like slowed down, screeched, and then there was screaming, and then they screeched off, and then there was 2 women picking up clothes off the road, putting them into a suitcase. I can only assume that her boyfriend hurled them out of the car.
What the hell is happening in your neighborhood?
I know, it's great. It's great, isn't it? Like, what else would I have to do out to entertain everybody? Like, you know, the shit happened in downtown Kingaroy. Actually, we're not downtown, we're uptown. Just saying. Downtown's probably worse. No worries, Vanessa, not a problem. Hopefully you'll be able to work all that out. If you've got any questions, just message me on Instagram. I will answer it probably in about 6 hours when I'm awake. I say, like I said, 55 times in a video. I'm constantly editing it out. We all have our little tics that we say. How many times have I been editing? I say the wrong word, and I just pray I notice that a moment reset it.
Nope.
Yep.
And it'll always be like I say like a title of a book wrong, or I remember like a character's name wrong, and then I'm like, yeah, I think this character's name is blah blah blah, and then as I'm watching it back, I'm like, oh, I hope I corrected that. Surely didn't correct.
I've like hold books up and go to say last names, and then I'm like, and I just looked at the camera. I think it was in my last video. We don't come here for Nicole to pronounce names properly. And then I just kept going, and I just left it in there. And I was like, that's my disclaimer. No one's coming here for the correct pronunciation of anything. So, yeah. So I think that's just going to be my go-to from now on. I'll just keep saying that, and then people will get used to it. And so it'll become a joke. It'll be fine. I've noticed that I like to pick my ear or scratch my nose right in the middle of saying something important, and I hate it because I can't edit it out. Yes, I do it all the time. It's like when you go to wash up, your nose instantly gets itchy and you have to scratch it all the time. I totally feel your pain. Do you do that?
Yeah, like I'm always just like doing this or like fixing my glasses or something. It's just, it's never right.
I had a friend that used to fix her glasses with her middle finger.
Oh, really? Every time. Yeah. I'm always like, I always do this. And like I constantly at night when I take my glasses off to go to bed and I'm just laying in bed with my phone because I don't need them that close, I'm poking myself in the eye because I'm just going like this, like constantly. I'm so over it.
And they're hard habits to break because they just become part of who you are.
Yeah, if I
I'm
ever
always
get
scratching my
laser
head.
eye surgery, I'm screwed. I'm gonna have poked out eyes.
I'm always like going like this to my hair. Like I'm always
Yeah.
like scratching my hair, like when I'm trying to film, and I'm like, you can't. We were just gonna watch you scratch your head every video because you can't edit that out, bro.
Do you realize after this live stream, everybody's going to go and watch everybody's videos and find out what all our ticks are?
It's bad.
Having the opposite effect, we're losing subscribers from this.
But the thing is, we all have these ticks. We're all
Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah.
Like it's all just nervousness. Because again, we're not actors. We're just out here talking shish about, books and whatnot. And we're just like, and if people are going to judge us, keep moving.
Yeah, don't need them here.
Yeah, off you pop. I don't need you here. So I will. I'll send the link. I'll find the link. I think I actually sent it to you, didn't I, Neva?
Yeah, but I also think she found it because she has another comment right underneath.
Oh, okay. I found it on Amazon. Yeah, it's not a bad price considering the cheap ones break. So yeah, well that's it. I've had that since 2018.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, and it's still going. And it also, like, to travel as well, you can I'm pretty sure you can get these all to lay flat, and then the base pops off, so you can put it in a suitcase and stuff. So if you're going away, it is heavy though. Like it's probably about 3 kilos. So, but it's made really well. So yeah.
Once my life becomes not what it is, I'm going to buy one.
Yes.
Because I was looking at another one that my friend Jess uses, but they want like $300 for that, and like that's great and everything. And I mean the reason is because it's like that, but with a ring light. So it's like a type thing, and it gets really tall.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could actually stand it like on the floor, and then snake it over the top of my lap desk, like to film with jazz and stuff, which is like great. It's on a wish list that no one's ever gonna see. But I'm not spending that much money right
now. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, and that is pricey considering like we're doing this. It's essentially a hobby, and that is like that is a lot of money. Like even for me, like for my craft channel, that sounds like a really good investment, but that's still a lot of money to drop on a stand that you may or may not like. Because there was a couple that I went through that I didn't really like. It wasn't until I seen Think Media talk about this one that I went, that's the one I need. That's the one that I'm not going to see any, like you can still see like a little bit when I do the overhead, you can see a little bit of the base, but I just sit my pins on it. So it just looks like it's part of
your background,
the environment.
I will say that like she does all of her Instagram reels and stuff with it because she is like she has a planner company, right? So she does like weekly like plan with me's like as reels. And I will say like I've never been able to see what she's using like as far as like because I actually messaged her and asked her where she got it from because you can't see it in any of her reels. So like there's no like base to see or anything like that, which like is cool, but also I'm gonna have to making like YouTube gonna have to be paying for itself before I get something.
Yeah. And YouTube often doesn't pay for itself. So because YouTube, they be tight.
Yeah.
They be tight with the cash on that. Like a lot of people that you get paid, like there are people out there that make a decent living from it, but most creators have YouTube as, they use Patreon or basically, they have a sideline hustle, like that, like me, I have my quilting and all the rest of it. So mine is to advertise. I use my YouTube to advertise my sewing retreats and stuff like that. So I get a constant flow of different people, and also the magazine and all that sort of stuff, and then Patreon on top of that. So that's and I do quilting, and I got a lot of customers from that as well. So it's been good in that aspect. But as far as making huge amounts of like it's nothing to sneeze at. It's still a decent amount, Last month I made was just under $600, I think it was, in ad revenue. So like that's still a lot of money. It's not paying the mortgage. It's not, but it's enough to buy the groceries each week.
Yep.
That's yeah. But everything else sort of comes into it. So it's just like cream on the top, like I can use that for spending money. 9 times out of 10, it goes back into the channel because I've got to pay for all the stuff that I'm doing and all that sort of stuff. But for me, it's a good, because of my husband's work, my business is a good tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
So we can balance it out, and then that way we're not giving all of our hard-earned money to the government. And that we only give them some of the money. And it's not that I run my business at a loss. It's just that my business is a very small business. I could get away with the Australian tax system. I could actually change it from an actual business to a hobby and keep it under 40,000 turnover a year. And then that way I can, I wouldn't have to pay tax or anything on that, because you can do that.
Yeah.
So it's a numbers game, as they say. I have 3 different tripods. It would be lovely that has one that does it all. Yeah. So this sits on the table. I do believe Archon have a floor one as well, but I have not seen it being used anywhere. I just remember seeing it when I looked for it. I don't know if they still have it or not, but when I looked for this one in 2018. But yeah, I use it for everything. And I can move it around, which is great. Like, I know that sometimes you film in your kitchen and stuff, Brittany, so you'd be able to just put it up on a bench and then adjust it to where you're sitting and everything, and you won't have to worry about it toppling over. Just get like a little bag of rice, like make up or just even get a bag of rice or a couple of tins or something just to sit on the back of it, especially if your mobile phone's heavy. Like I've got a Samsung Note, so it's quite heavy. But yeah, and you can do over the head, you can sit it off, you can get up higher and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's really good. We've only got 20 minutes left before Margaret goes live. So yeah, I guess we'll just chat until then. Got anything to say, Neva? Are we finished that diamond painting yet?
I only have 2 symbols left.
Did you just swear at me?
So I have 2 symbols left, just like this corn. Like I have to finish this butterfly because so the butterflies in this are basically all ABs.
Okay.
So they have like a purple color in them that's not ABs, but then like the pink and the blue, and there's like a cream color. They're all ABs, so I have to like place them one at a time. So I've been doing them last just because they take so long.
That's going to take. How big are they?
Huh?
How big are they, the butterflies?
I mean, they're pretty decent size. Like this, let me see. So this is like the big release paper that I use, right?
Yep.
It takes one big release paper and part of a small one to cover.
Oh, so they're huge.
So like, this is what they would look like side by side, and this release paper stops about, like, the butterfly stops about here.
They're huge.
Yeah. So, and like there are smaller ones too that are like about this size. They're a little bit bigger than this release paper, but it's like the side profile of the butterfly. So the only part of it that, I mean, there are ABs in it, but it's only like the body and then like the inside of the wing. But on the big ones, it's like the body and like the inside of the wing, and then some of them have like I think it's a dark purple color. It's not 310.
Okay.
It makes like an outline around them. But the dark color is not an AB, but even so, like, because there are so many ABs that you have to lay down.
And you've got to do them one at a time because you can't get that. You don't want to get the coating off it.
Right, because snap dots like the chunky O snap dots, which is what I use for multi-placing, don't work very well with the ABs.
Okay.
And even the small O snap dots, like the regular size ones, I mean, those are just in my single placer, but even those, like, they don't really take the coating off, but it definitely coating some of the coating builds up on it, so it makes them like less sticky really quick.
Hmm.
So I've just been using my trusty crayon.
And it's so you got your is that the pretty placer or?
No, the pretty placer, I don't even know if the last I saw it was like shipped, but I didn't have like an arrival date. My other
Okay.
O snap dots are supposed to get here today.
Mm-hmm.
My pretty placers should be here on Monday.
Okay.
It says
And what
now.
flavors did you get?
I got love letters, which I think is like, I don't know. Hold on, let me look at the description because I definitely read it. So, love letters is cranberry ice, fresh raspberry, strawberry, jasmine, apples, and heliotrope, whatever the hell that is. Finished with
Sour.
licorice, exotic woods, and black musk. I don't know. It's
Nice.
called love letters, or I mean love letters, and it's like a red one,
Yep.
and then I've got a green one that is forbidden woods.
Forbidden what?
Woods.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It says that it's a compelling mix of scents that conjures up images of a mystic forest where the time-worn aroma of cedar and oak trees mingle with mahogany and musk. The unexpected whisper of lavender and geranium peeks through like a hidden veil of flowers in a dense, enchanted woodland.
Oh my god, that is a description and a half for a bloody crayon.
That's the description. And then it says color green, scent forbidden wood.
Descriptions like that.
Still
Oh my
going.
god.
She really did the most descriptions.
Now, see, you could have actually done that with a real you could have done that like your dramatic reading. Like that's full on. Like, wow. Because what she's talking about is a crayon that you use to put the diamond paint, like the drills, and it doesn't take the coating off. And they're called
Yeah.
pretty places and come in all different sorts of scents. But that's wild for a description.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I almost
Yeah.
felt transported to the magical woods.
Me too. I was like, ooh, maybe I felt like I was in a fantasy novel. You know what I'm saying? Listen, with a description like that, it better be the best smelling crayon of wax I've ever smelled in my life.
You have to do an unboxing and do the dramatic read of it.
And
then sniff it and goes, yeah, it smells like wax.
it smells like a crayon. Oh Lord have mercy. I mean, I'm only gonna use them for my like my special drills. I'm definitely not attempting to use them like in my like as a pen. You know what I mean?
No, you really can't because they're a crayon. They are not as hard as a Crayola,
Yeah.
but they do become soft. So and you can start to feel them getting a little bit pliable at the ends as you start using them. So yeah, it wouldn't be.
I mean, but I'm like down to try it. I guess Forbidden Woods is now sold out, so you can no longer get Forbidden Woods. Apparently,
Okay.
you can still get
With a description like that, I'm not surprised.
And so currently in the shop, she has 3 love letters left. One, she's got Black Cherry Merlot, which is a purple crayon, and then
Yep.
she has one of the Free and Clear, which is it's just a white. It's a clear wax. Like there's no scent to it.
Yeah, because some people are allergic to scent, so.
And it says it smells like a rich. This is the whatever Merlot that I said. Black Cherry Merlot.
Yep.
I want to know who writes her descriptions. It says what it smells like: a rich, fruity glass of dark, sweet red, Fragrance notes: wild black cherries, velvety red wine, juicy red raspberries, and bright plum.
Juicy.
And did you say bright plum?
Bright plum.
It's a bright plum.
Wild black cherries, velvety red wine, juicy red raspberries, and bright plum. What do you mean? Like, why are we using the word bright to describe a plum?
It should have been juicy plum, bright
Yeah.
strawberry.
I feel like it should be like, yeah, like bright red raspberries.
Yeah,
and
because it said the
plum. I
color.
feel like that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Like, man. She should be like writing a novel. Like,
Yeah.
It's
I felt like I had a glass of Merlot in my hand. No.
I felt real fancy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh dear me. I could go some places with those descriptions, but I'll just leave it.
I will say she definitely markets these crayons as like a wax alternative. Like, oh, you can use this in lieu of actually like actual wax. And I mean, she shows her using them with regular drills. I just feel like your hand is gonna hurt.
Yeah, you can't do it with it, but I actually have in one of my crayons, I've dug out the back end of it and put it in my single placer, and it works.
Oh, like loaded it like wax.
Yeah, loaded it like wax. Yeah.
I mean,
so from the flat end, I'm like a little ant, and I'm making a little tunnel in my crayon. So, and just when I want something to smell pretty, I just use that, and but I don't use it very often. So,
I mean, honestly, I'm probably just gonna take one out, whichever one I like, and just set it like on my little trinket tray.
Yeah.
And just use it when I do my ABs or my Stardust or Fairy Dust, whatever the hell they're called. I don't know, but you know, the special diamonds.
Yeah, all the specialty ones. Sash is heading off to bed, so she's half human tomorrow for her children. Probably a good idea because you've got little ones. So
fair.
Thanks for the sprints. No worries. Thanks for hanging out with us and hearing all the crazy Neva stories and whatnot. Oh dear me. I'm sure that Sash will have some when she moves to where they're moving to. I'm sure there'll be some interesting stories from there because I've heard some interesting stories about that particular suburb. So hopefully we might get some of Sash After Dark. What happens in downtown where she lives. So yeah. Good morning, Elena. Thank you very much for joining. We are about to head off. Margaret's sprints are pinned to the top of the comments for anybody that is looking for the next lot of sprints. And they will be going for 4 hours. Is that correct, Neva?
Yeah, well, she goes until noon for 24-hour sprints, but I know that sometimes she will keep going because she actually usually does Saturday sprints anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it may be longer than the 12 hours. No, it may be longer than the 4 hours, but that's just simply because she's the last person. So.
Cool. So that is pinned up the top for anybody that's looking for it. Also, everybody that has been on the sprints or hosted the sprints will be. I didn't do it in the last sprint, obviously. After the video is finished, I will update that. And everybody will be in the comments, in the description box, so you can check out everybody there. But yeah, I think we've only got 10 minutes to go, and I'm sure you want to go to bed, Brooklyn, because it's late for you, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm like, I want to stay up, but I'm tired. I don't know what to do.
Well, then you should just come over to Margaret's.
Yeah, I should. Are you going over there?
Yeah, I'll probably, because I'm wide awake at the moment, so I'll probably hang around for about an hour.
I might make a cup of tea, and then I'll be awake for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and I just ate too, so I have to bear that. So, but I've made my little Aussie
Sorry.
Love
They're
that.
all done.
Nice.
Little magnets.
Do you have a cricket?
No.
How do you say
Oh,
it?
I've got a silhouette and
Yeah.
Just go
a brother scan and cut, but these are resin ones that
Yeah.
I do. So they're just like they use them in scrapbooking and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
You know those flat resins that you get. So
Yeah.
yeah. But we're doing a I think I've got the picture here.
See?
The cross stitch that we're doing. Let me just have a look.
You just spill water everywhere?
No.
Get a towel.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, so that's all cross stitch, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's on white fabric, and then all those little bits and pieces in there are all done in a light grey for the star, so you can see the Southern Cross there and whatnot.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's the sale that we're doing.
Cool.
So, and it's because it's a Quaker, so it's going to be called Aussie Quackers instead of Quaker. Sale, so yeah, all the old ducks are on it. when Gail said it, I'm like, that suits us down to the ground because we're all a bunch of old ducks. So yeah. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up so everybody can go and get themselves a drink and whatnot. As I said, Margaret's sprints are listed up, pinned up the top of the comment, and everybody else that's been on is in the description down below. Go and subscribe, do all the things, like, watch a video, do the things, people. Share the love around, and you know, if you like what you see, maybe share it with some of your friends and get us all seen out in the big wide world of booktube. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.
Bye.